Chodan Sangye Chodan La, Chancho Bado Dami Kyamsen Chi, Dagi Chodan Jupe Sonam Yi, Chola Benwe Sangye Kropa Sho. Chodan Sangye Chodan La, Chancho Bado Dami Kyamsen Chi, Dagi Chodan Jupe Sonam Yi, Chola Benwe Sangye Kropa Sho. Chodan Sangye Chodan La, Chancho Bado Dami Kyamsen Chi, Dagi Chodan Jupe Sonam Yi, Chola Benwe Sangye Kropa Sho.
You're here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You comfortable? Not too cold, not too hot?
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, I thought it's sun coming today. Yeah. Exactly sun.
Right.
Hey.
It's nice and cool.
아야, 한번도 되게요. 이러시는 따뜻한 양한 것도 돼요. 좋으시라. 너무 좋았어.
네, 맞아요.
아, 그렇지.
트렌드도 찍어요. 이제
Anyway.
speak in English too.
Anyway, today is also very happy to restart again our daily class or what is it? Weekly class. I hope you guys don't forget, doesn't forget. Maybe I'm ready to test. So don't worry, okay? Anyway, it's very good. As possible, some people go to GC, somebody not, but anybody do a very good job. Enjoy. You go there, very hard work. They did a good job, but who stay here also they did a very good job. They take care of center, family members, take care of everything. And now we're very happy. Then today we don't have much time. Therefore, we study a little short class. We have to little make merit. We do merit in Buddha Puja. It's merit. You know, we have to study, but we have to support. We need merit. Merit support for us to study. No merit, whatever you do is not success. Not success. Therefore, sometimes to pujas, sometimes to study, sometimes silent, then the last going. Yeah, today by that,
So now, what is the definition of the ground, of the pattern ground?
Anybody forget? It's okay.
So remember that now, or
Yeah, everybody to follow the text. You have to memorize. It's very important. You got it? So who has memorized? Say loudly.
who knows?
Yeah, you
Is
know?
a clear realization, which is the basis for the many good qualities which are its result. In the mind, just a general grounding. It's a clear realization, which is the basis for the many good qualities which are its result.
Page 60.
Good. If you have to it, then
Clear realization. is it?
Clear realization, which serves as
a
clear
basis?
realization of,
I think well.
which serves as the basis for the many good qualities which are. So it's a clear realization of, what am I skipping?
Of one who has entered the path.
Oh, one who has entered the path.
So it has to be a clear realization of one who has entered into the path, right? Just not any kind of clear realization. There is not one who has entered into the path.
Okay? Don't forget, everybody memorize.
So path and what are synonyms?
Ground.
Correct? Okay. Then, Lamla Shume Tsekari.
And what is the measure of having entered into the path? Criteria.
Renunciations.
Yeju. So last time His Holiness mentioned about the measure of having entered into the Mahayana path. What is that?
You go to DC. Come on.
Bodhicitta.
Yeah, what is that?
Bodhicitta.
Yeah, bodhicitta is it?
Yeah, that's good. Remember what they said. When you get renunciation, you get, what's that?
Enter into the path.
Enter the path. When you get Chitta, Bodhicitta, then you are the Bodhisattva.
He does not say bodhicitta. He say altruistic mind.
It's the same.
Same thing.
Okay?
Bodhicitta is Sanskrit, right? In English,
No,
it's
it's not.
altruistic mind.
I'm giving clean answer.
Good job. Okay? Then I'm going to do James. I'm going to put in a long sugar, the lamp cake goes to lamp cake, lamp from Momaji.
So you should not forget that. We always say you have to enter into the path, you have to enter into the path. If you don't know, what qualities are necessary in order to enter into the path, then you wouldn't know even if you have entered into the path.
Even if you're ready maybe with the sadhava, you don't know. But then another Kadinachi. Nijodo, Shanchu, Sendo, Shambasa, Kadina take Juval Chego, Lago was. Chego, Lam, Kadina Musango.
So we are always advised to encourage to develop loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, and so forth. So we have to recognize those paths that are to be generated in our mind.
Okay. For example, we have to eat some food. We have to identify the food. Otherwise, we don't know which one we eat. Someone will eat vegetables, some eat some other foods, different kind of foods. If we didn't identify, then we don't know which one we eat. It will be very important what you practice. Some parts we don't know, but we just visualize everything. Most, compassion, bodhicitta, renunciation, loving kindness. This is quality of our mind. You guys think, oh yeah, this kind of mind we call bodhicitta. Yeah, this kind of mind is called compassion. This kind of mind we have loving kindness. Everybody have something, basic thing. Otherwise people say, yeah. If when you hurt, you write down, then look there, the mind here, then doesn't connect connection with mind and the book, then it doesn't work. You have to always, what kind of mind develop, you have to identify. Okay? This is more important. Then how many parts? Who's first? Okay, yeah. Okay, he said 2, you said 5, then. Okay, he said 2. Okay, then he said 5. Then what were you? Oh, she said 3. Okay, then other people. Okay, 2, 5, 3.
2?
Okay, now first, who said truth? Give me the truth.
Mahayana, Jnana.
What is that?
Mahayana, Jnana.
Yeah, it makes sense. Then how about 5?
I said 5. You got wrong.
So what are the 5s?
I think I misunderstood your question. I did the different paths of preparation, paths of accumulation, seeing, meditation, and meditation. I think I'm not.
Oh, that's the next
Did you ask
step.
how many what are there?
How many paths? Number.
Oh, then yeah, I'll stick around. I didn't have confidence.
Then after that, it's 5.
Five.
Then
Yes.
Okay, then the Lord give me 3.
That one wrong.
Oh no,
5 paths.
that's good. Yeah. Yeah, you see now, use a true. This also say we have a Mahayana path, yeah, path. Also 5, this is also correct, we have to
So 2 ordinary paths and 3 superior paths, right? So that's 5 paths.
But usually, in monastery they say, how many paths they say,
They usually say 15 paths.
He said 15. He said
Who said?
15. He said 15.
Oh, he said 15?
15.
It's 5 for me.
Yeah.
5 for heroes, 5 for
Here,
socializers,
I remember.
5 for Mahayana.
Yeah, good to know. There are many different ways, Usually in monastery, tradition is how many paths they say 15 paths. But there's 2 Mahayana, Hinayana, 5 is a, 3 or 2 and 3, Then about 15,
So among the 15 paths, how many are ordinary paths and how many are superior paths? In general.
6 in 6 of ordinary.
6 ordinary.
6 ordinary.
And 9 superior.
I guys follow her? Huh?
She said what?
6 ordinary. It has that?
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Usually, generally, we say, social and Chudam, goes over.
The 6 ordinary paths and 9 superior paths. Right?
And now we also, one hand we have to practice, one hand we have to study. This time we study, not meditation to the path. Therefore, everybody have to identify one command. Then,
So how do you divide these 15 paths?
Okay.
How do you divide that?
6 and 9.
15 paths.
How you count there? 15. How you count?
1, 2,
Path of
3, 4, 5.
accumulation, path of preparation.
Seeing.
Path of accumulation, path of preparation, path of seeing, path of meditation, and path of no more learning.
That's
Just 5.
And
Then just 5.
then you multiply by 3 because of the Hira ground and the solitude Raja ground and the Bodhisattva ground.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
3 groups of 5.
Yeah, 3 groups, each by 5, right? Then how you identify or check or 6 parts,
Ordinary paths.
ordinary parts. Here,
The 6 are on the path of accumulation and preparation. Those are the ordinary paths.
So how do you count the 6?
Small, medium,
The
and
paths
great.
of accumulation and the paths of preparation. And both the solitary realizes, the hearers, and the
oh good. Whatever she said, very,
She said, I don't know.
oh, we don't know.
Path of accumulation and path of preparation of the heroes, of the solitudizer, and of Mahayana.
3 sets
Well,
of
So
why
3.
Maya?
Why Mahayana?
Yeah. Because you already entered the path, so why is that lower path?
Where you like in the Mahayana path?
It's not lower, it's ordinary.
the ordinary.
Because you haven't realized emptiness.
Yeah, you're not an Arya being yet.
I think you missed one class. I thought you were not missing.
You're not
No, I
Arya
remember
being.
now. I remember the last class with
Yes.
the mathematics.
Okay. Then, okay, this is good, everybody understood. Now how you count the 3 Arya beings?
9 Arya.
Non-Arya beings.
Arya path.
Arya
Superior
path.
path.
Three paths.
From the path of seeing, meditation, and non-mobility,
Okay.
and each of the solitary, the here solitary realizing.
Okay. Good. Yeah, you guys, good job. This is really well done. Okay. Then, I need this song with you guys. Today we never test. I'm sorry. It's okay. If you don't understand, you don't forget. It's okay. You know.
So what's the definition of the path of accumulation of heroes? Very good.
You
heard that? Or?
You have that? Oh, yeah. No one memorized, right?
The clear realization of the doctrine on the part of a hearer, or hearer don't.
What is it?
Say that question again, please, I'm sorry.
Kind of accumulation.
It's a clear
Accumulation of
number 5.
Yeah.
jump. Yeah, if Tom Shore said this is correct. Then what is Japanese of Hinayana part? Hinayana part, right?
Hinayana ground.
Hinayana ground.
It is number 4.
I don't know.
Page 7.
It's the definition of the ground of a hearer ordinary being.
That's the ordinary being. Hero's ground. He says hero's ground.
But here or Hinayana, I thought he said.
Oh no, sorry, Hinayana.
Hinayana.
They say here is the.
Yeah, it's
Heroes maybe
the same
look
thing.
So
Well,
ordinary.
no, it's not.
So here and Hinayana are the same? I don't
No,
think so.
no,
No,
no.
no.
Hinayana is divided.
The definition of the Hinayana ground is number 2.
Number 2.
There you go.
There you go.
I think everybody picked this good. I jumped over here. This is not mistake. I want to say continue that I jumped there.
It's good to jump.
If
What?
what is it?
What's the here in the text they were saying like the year ground, and then they jumped directly to the definition of the yin-yana ground. How does those two are directly related?
Hinayana ground.
And the hair
Hero's
ground.
Yeah. So well, it says the definition of Hinayana ground, right?
It's part of
Number
the-
2, right? And then it says then it talks about the clear realization of hero, which serves as a then it talks about the heroes. The first one it talks about the Hinayana ground. So in the Hinayana ground there are 2, right? The hero's ground and Surya's ground.
Thanks.
Correct? Okay. 네, 당연히 대명의 사실이 있어서 the how many the Hinayana ground they divide.
How many Hinayana grounds are there?
Someone very fast, a little bit.
8.
Hinayana ground.
I don't know. These are divided 8. These are divided.
Grounds.
Not part.
The definition of Hinayana ground is, and then it says the definition, and this is when these are divided, 8 exist. It says ground of lineage and ground of 8, ground of seeing and ground of diminution.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Okay.
Page 16.
Yeah.
Now how many damages are there? What are damages? damages are 파가 되겠나? 하더니 이제가 어디서
So the Hinayana ground, and actually how many are there?
They say 8.
8.
That is later on 2.
Letter 2.
Later 2.
Yeah, 2 is what?
Solid resides on here.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Everybody understand?
They're condensed into what? Two grounds.
Two grounds.
Of healers and social realizers, right?
That part I understand.
Yeah, because there are 6, right? So that's how. Right? If you've not got the enlightenment, right? If emptiness, then you're like low down.
No.
That's it, no?
There are 8 separate ones, and then they just condense them into solitary realization here, but it has nothing to do with the 5 of each. It's different. They don't even talk about the other ones. But in this text, they don't talk about it.
Okay. But what they do?
They don't, with this text, Kyoki Gyaltsen doesn't explain all 8. He only explains the condensed 2.
No, I had that too.
The third Jego, the Kashi Tonum, Kashi Shonum, Kashi Dachum, the number Jedi, Geshe.
So there's this ground of lineage, ground of height, grounds of seeing, the ground of diminution, and so forth, right?
Yeah.
So those are the 8 grounds, 8 inner grounds. But when they're all condensed, they can be condensed into 2, the grounds of healers and social realizers.
Siddhante Mashanti, Rajet Mark, Kashi Dachum, Kashi Sushita,
and so, some you can be divided as an arhat, some as ordinary beings, and so forth. So anyway, so in general, you can say there are 2 inanna grounds, the healers and social realizers. Healers ground and social realizers ground, right? So now first it talks about the healers ground. So what's the definition of healers ground?
Okay. Whereas, whoever would like to voluntarily welcome back.
Number 3. A clear realization of a healer which serves as a basis for the many good qualities and its effects. Which are its effects.
And now then it's divided into what? How many? 2? 2? Ordinary and social, yeah.
Now what is ordinary path
definition?
A clear realization of the hearer which serve as a basis for the many good qualities which are in effect, and a clear realization which they include in the continuum of a hearer ordinary being.
Okay. That
is divided into what? 2? What are they? So what are the 2 parts? 2 ordinary parts?
Accumulation and
separation. Which one is first?
Accumulation.
So the accumulation is the path where you accumulate merit to achieve or to gain the realizations of the following paths, right? The subsequent paths. And then the path of preparation. There are 4 path of preparation, right? 4 divisions to the path of preparation. And so the path of preparation, here you are prepared to gain the direct realization into emptiness. Right, so there it has 4 levels: the heat, peak, forbearance, and then supreme mundane quality. Right, and so the heat is like where you get the heat of the fire. Then the fire is like the wisdom that has emptiness directly, which burns the delusions. So the heat is when you're cutting close to that fire. So anyway, these are just what we call that etymology, but it's not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily pervades with that etymology. It's not like the definition.
Okay.
So what's the definition of the hearers of spiritual ground? The definition of the ground of hearer superior.
The clear realization of a hearer superior, which serves as the basis for learning qualities which are its effect.
The same definition for that would be one word.
Very important word difference.
Superior and
How one day everybody close eyes, memorize. But it's good, you can find a book also, you can find other words. Where which you are going? I need to pop up. I need to pop up.
So that's definitely divided into how many?
3.
What are they?
it's part of seed, part of meditation, and part of no more.
Okay.
So now what is the definition of the path of seeing? Here is path of seeing. Number 8 is the path of here. Path of seeing's definition? Number 8.
A clear realization of the truth of a hearer which arises after the completion of a path of preparation of a hearer, which is its own causes, which is produced before the path of the meditation of a hearer, which is its own effects.
So pretty long, right? Not just number 8. So here there are so many different parts of the definition, which has to all meet in order for it to be a part of seeing. Right? So how do you first enter into the path of seeing?
Okay, how you say? Not the chance. Okay, yeah.
Directly realizing emptiness. That's when you first directly realize emptiness. That's when you're going to start on the path of seeing.
That's correct, yeah. Yeah, 강하게 단단히 난 시절에 제가 전다 시절에 딱 강하게 하면 남 또반은 동시에 그래서 근데 단위로 올라서는 다 돈이 되지 않고 그래서.
So here, as according to the tenets, we say selflessness, of course, selflessness. But normally, of course, according to the Prasangika Madhyamika's view, it will be emptiness. When you have realized emptiness directly, that's when you first enter into the path of seeing.
Isn't that the difference between path of seeing over here, path of seeing of solitary realizer? Whether you're looking into emptiness of phenomena or the selflessness.
So according to the Prasangika Madhyamika's view, it's all same. They all realize emptiness directly. The higher beings of all 3 vehicles, the heroes of the realizers and So that's if one is arhat, then one has necessarily abandoned the grasping at 2 existence.
아니 샤조 생바도서 touch moment, Tamboni Shanti Samado, Sagava to the Samala, and the other part of this, and they should have gone to this.
So those bodhisattvas who enter into the Mahayana path from the beginning, going through the other vehicles, when they reach the 8th ground, and then that's when they have abandoned, they finish abandoning all the grasping at true existence. After that, then they start to work on abandoning the obscuration, so the obscuration knowledge. So anyways, it will come more detailed later.
So I guess then I'm a little confused because I thought reading through this text that the biggest difference between hearer and solitary realizer was that when they're in the path of seeing and path of meditation, what their meditation is focused on is, for a path of hearer is the selflessness of person, path of solitary realizer is the emptiness of duality, and path of the Mahayana path being emptiness in general. So from the Prasangika Madhyamaka point of view, if it's anyone that becomes an arhat is realizing emptiness directly entirely, why is there the distinction between hearer and solitary realizer?
So yeah, there may be a difference in terms of the accumulation of wisdom. According to the Prasangika Madhyamaka view, there's no doubt that if you are spirit being, then you have already renounced emptiness. So yeah, according to this text, what you said is right. So the hearers on the suffering of the person, and the solitary realizers on the emptiness of duality, and Mahayanas on the emptiness. Most of the time. So, but according to the Prasangika Madhyamaka's view, if you are if you are a spirit being of hearers, you have already realized emptiness already. If you are a spirit being of solitary realizer or hearers, you have realized emptiness already. And if you are a superior being of Mahayana people, you have also realized emptiness already. So it doesn't mean that they have not realized the emptiness of duality or emptiness or the selflessness of person. They have also realized that. So there's a little different way of explaining according to the different different tenets, schools of thoughts.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a question. My understanding may be incorrect. Maybe my reading is wrong. But I thought that a big part of the difference was the motivation. Like with the Hinayana and the Mahayana, so you realize emptiness, and so you're on the path, for your own enlightenment. That's where the difference comes in. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's also correct. Yeah. Motivation is very important. Where they go, motivation to activity. The motivation check work hard.
So the realization of the emptiness is the same, but the motivation is different.
Yeah, but then the question is why are there still two Hinayana paths? If it's just motivation, and that's what they're explaining. The motivation for the hearer and the motivation for the solitary realizer in that example would be the same. If that's a question, understand that. And if not, what's the difference? If it's not?
So the motivation part is the same for both of them. But the practice, there's a difference in practice. The practice that they do.
I realize now that my question was not correct anyway, because the meditation on the selflessness of person and the meditation on emptiness and duality comes during the path of seeing, which is after the direct realization of emptiness. Right? When they meditate on isn't that the path of seeing is meditated single-pointedly, the exalted wisdom, meditative equipoise of the path of seeing is meditating single-pointedly on, for here, on the selflessness of person, for a solitary realizer, on the emptiness of duality. So both of those meditations, that object of their meditation, comes after they've already achieved the path of seeing, so after they've already become an Arya being.
Of course, they keep on meditating on the selflessness even until they achieve liberation or enlightenment. So that's different. But they have to realize the selflessness or the emptiness of duality directly before they can achieve the path of seeing. So anyway, in this case, actually it happens at the same time. So the moment you realize the selflessness directly, in the case of healers, the moment you realize the selflessness directly, that's when you achieve the hero's path of seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not like after you have achieved the ritual path, first you achieve the ritual path, then you realize the selflessness directly. It's not like that.
Remember someone
You understand now?
Well, yeah, but
it's not like that.
But the here's path of seeing is then divided, and the uninterrupted path, which is the first one.
Yeah. So uninterrupted path. Yeah. So that time you have already realized the selflessness directly.
Yeah.
So that realization serves as an antidote, to overcome the delusions at that time.
다다 정치조사에 도와서 정치조사에 되게 동반이는 냐바 샤워요. 동반이는 냐바 샤네. 동반이는 가지 또 와나 하여튼 동반 차고 있어요.
So during the fourth level of the path of preparation, the supramundane level, and at that time the practitioner is meditating on emptiness. And so he's meditating on emptiness. So the moment he realizes that emptiness directly, that's when he achieves path of seeing.
근데 냐바 샤네 냐바 말하네 공을 뭐라까지 다 대해서 그다음에 그다음에 지파. 예 빵사는 가서 넘어가는 차. 나한테 넘어가는 차. then she just the sham so
that realization, so the moment he realizes the emptiness directly, that realization of that direct realization of emptiness serves as an antidote to overcome those intellectual delusions. So then when you have overcome that intellectual delusion and that on the path of seeing, then you achieve the second one, which is the path of release of the path of seeing.
Then he wake up, then he make that path. Then he start it. During that time, so much you chembode,
so then from that moment, you really come to realize emptiness, and so the moment you go into meditation on emptiness during the supramundane level of the path of preparation, and then you realize emptiness directly, and that serves as an antidote, which is called the path, an uninterrupted path. And then after that, you have overcome the delusions, and then you achieve the path of release. So these three, the supramundane path of supramundane level of the path of preparation, the uninterrupted path of seeing, and then the path of release of the path of seeing. There's all three happen in the same session, in one session. and then you come, out of the meditation into the subsequent attainment of that path of seeing, and then during that time, then you accumulate more merit again, and then again you go into meditation on emptiness, right? And so then after that, when you have come to realize, or when you have you have abandoned the innate, when you have become when that realization of emptiness become antidote to the innate delusions, then you achieve the path of meditation, and then when you have overcome that level of the innate delusion, then you achieve the path of release of the path of meditation, and that way you go move up, and then eventually you achieve the final path of release, which is the same as the path of noble learning, or same as the state of arhatship.
Okay, then that children need to have one around the chipachicharis, or the chipachicharis, Paya there, Nitola, Kaji, Zutan,
so if you come to understand about the path of the hero's ground, that is similar. You can apply the same method for the path for the social realizer's path also. So that the difference is only in what you meditate on and what you strive to abandon. So in the hero's ground or hero's path, you strive to abandon the duality. So that is like seeing the object and the subject as different substance, as having different substance. So like the eye consciousness, which is the subject, right? The eye consciousness, and the object apprehended by the eye consciousness. These two are of the same substance, same entity, same substance. But when you see that two as a different, that's the duality.
Okay.
So when you come to realize the emptiness of that duality, is the realization to achieve.
Okay. Everybody want to remember then. You want then.
This duality business, like the subject and the object, and seeing both are the same thing. So how about an example? How about a concrete example? Because otherwise it's very abstract in their mind.
그래서 zudan zunde만 세마니 딱 제신이 동안 딱 가는다 제치기로 했어 제신이 동안 다들 동안 다들 말 제치기로 했어 이제 다들 되면 지마디 간지 다 완전 좀
제치는
다 지금
다들 혼자 세우셔
제치 네가 제치는 다 간지 죽다한테 죽는 생각 당연히 들어가는 생각을 더 하시고 심히 당연히 들어가겠어. 죽때 쉽게 당연히 들어가겠어.
근데 나도 가라.
많이 들어가.
너 저도 말해주고.
죽다 간다니까. 다 시바도 정해서 말라. 아니 시바도 역을 든다 얘도 좀 말이야.
아니지.
시바도 당연히 들어가야 돼.
내가 두다가 그래. 됐어요.
맞아 세다지 저도 지발 한번 주시면
어디 안 되겠네.
빠져도 가는 간지 먼저 얘가 맞아 먹고 싶으면 되게 맞아도 가리 세워나 아니 이게 되지 이거 좀 그랬어.
또 유대 주발라 맞아 세고.
얘도 저걸 맞아 세고 그래서 맞아도 가리는 얘도 좀 그랬어. 되게 다 있지 얘때 있지 테마도 나오는
맞아서 내기 맞아서.
내기 맞아. 맞아 뭐 무시하셔야 돼. 맞아도 가서 쳐봐야나. 지금은 얘도 좀 그랬어. 얘도 저기 지나간다 가 얘도 좀 있고 세마도 심하게 줘봐도 막 맞아님도 줘봐야지. 아니 세마도. 그렇지. 얘도 이신이 또 그런 거 없어.
So So this is mainly, the minority school's view. In the minority school, they said that the subject and object, the eye consciousness and the object apprehended by eye consciousness, are of same substance. Means like it's the same cause for both of them. So like you have created a karma to see this. I've created a karma to see this book, right? And that karma, when that ripens, part of that karma becomes my consciousness, and part of that karma becomes the book. And so when that karma ripens, then I have this I consciousness, and I have the book that I can see. If I don't have that karma, even there's the book, there's no book that can be apprehended by my I consciousness.
You can't see it.
I can't see it. So there is no book, to be apprehended by my I consciousness. So like that. So there's everything, So that can be applied to everything. So because there's all these different kind of mind, different kind of object for different kind of mind. So they're all same like that. And so that comes from the same, from the ripening of the same imprint of the karma. And so whatever kind of consciousness or mind there are, the mind, the function of mind is to apprehend its object. So if it's a mind, it has to have an object to apprehend. If it doesn't have an object to apprehend, it's not mind. And so that's the definition of the mind. And so there is an object for every kind of mind. I mean, every kind of mind. There is an object for every kind of mind. And so again, so each of your mind, each of us, have our own karma to see on these things a different way. So this book that you're seeing and this book that I'm seeing is different. The book that you're seeing came from your karma. The book that I'm seeing came from my karma.
Is it the feeling?
So it's uncommon, a book of each of us.
Is it the feeling, like the difference would be that based on your actions, right, you see something, and based on my actions, I see something. Mm-hmm. And it's the feeling that we have that this is very precious for you, and for me it would be just a book. Mm-hmm. That's the karma you're talking about, right?
So not just the feeling, it's just even the book that he sees or book that you see doesn't have to have any kind of feeling. The book that you see, book that I see, whether I think is precious or whether you think it's not precious, it doesn't matter. But you see the book, that's different from the book I see. The book you see is created by your mind, and the book I see is created by my mind.
And can your mind and mind see the same thing? Is it possible that people see the same thing?
So if it's the same thing, then your mind should see the book that my mind sees. No, the book that you see cannot be seen by me. It's only you. It's because it's your mind who created it. So that's why it's the nature of the mind. That's why we call the mindfulness school. Everything is in the nature of the mind. So it is your mind. So the book that you see is owned by you only. Nobody can own that.
So if we start describing, if we go into most detail we can, and I say, Gamchu, describe exactly the book you see, and then you tell me, Vikrant, you describe exactly the books you see, and if we say the same thing, don't we see the same thing?
So from our perspective, yes. We see I see the book similar to what you see, but not the book that you see.
It's a common locus.
Because it's not your eyes, it's my eyes.
That's right, yeah.
Are we talking about mind-only schools?
Yeah,
but this isn't the Madhyamaka point of view anyway. This is what the mind-only school.
No. But when we talk about the subject and object being an entity, that's mainly the mind-only school.
It's like when Geshe-la, Geshe said about water, pus, and blood, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So that comes from the karma. So human beings will see as a water, others will see as a blood, and some will see as a nectar. So that because of the karma.
Okay. Anyway, that
so now we have discussed a lot about the hero's path, so don't forget that. So it's similar, you can apply that same to the certain path.
next we go to Mahayana part. Then we have a lot of count. Okay?
Thank you, Geshe.
I have a real easy question. Is there a dictionary out there, like on Tibetan Buddhist terms?
Yeah.
Sometimes dictionary will make you more confused, okay?
Oh, really?
What did you just say?
Maybe dictionary will make you more confused.
I'm joking. Okay.
Well, it explains in one way, but if you don't understand that, then you might misunderstand it.
You don't know this
So
completely.
if there is somebody that explains to you, then it's more clear. Okay.
Okay, now we start to puja.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you. Thank you.